Om Namah Shivaya. Greetings, beloved beings of light. Happy solstice, winter solstice in the north, and we have the summer solstice in the south. Solstice, soul sun, stice, the stillness. It's where the sun raises in the same point in the Tropic of Capricorn in the south. For 4 days on 25th, it moves 1 degree north. This is the rebirth. This is the birth of the Christos, the solar Christos Sophia consciousness. So we have a very special video today. I'm going to weave a certain pattern, a story of the eagle and the condor for all of you, for this great awakening, for this great shift into the new golden age of enlightenment for all beings of the light. And be sure to watch to the very end. We have a very special song for all of you. This is my Sacred Condor's latest song. It's actually an older song, but it's the first time we'll be releasing the song to the public. It is called Lighthouse. She's playing the guitar and singing with her beautiful goddess Magdalene voice. So you'll be receiving a powerful activation of the divine Lemurian goddess Magdalene energy from my Sacred Condor. And it's one of the songs she sent me when I was out east, when she was here in the west, that activated me on the deepest level. So listen to the very end, and we'll release the song alone only on Patreon, YouTube memberships, and we'll have a downloadable MP3 that you can purchase through our website for $1.44. Now today we saw on the space weather report, there is 144 sunspots on our local Solaris. So that is not happenstance. That is not by chance. It is a very powerful synchronicity for our starseed earth angelics of the 144. The sun is transmitting these higher Christos codes, the mind of the Buddha emanating through the solar winds, the solar rays. We say the golden ray of Buddha mind. So we're going to start this transmission with some slow, deep breathing. Anchor into the body. I know that today is very intense. We're feeling these powerful galactic energies flowing in from the great central sun. So we need to anchor these energies in, do some breath work, meditate, get out to nature if you can, anchor into the earth. I know we're receiving powerful activations. Tomorrow, I'm recording this the day before the solstice. I'm going to try to keep this about a half hour again. That's how long my camera records, plus the time to edit, upload, so I can get this out to you by tomorrow. But I have some very important information for all of you, some teachings, some gnosis, from some knowledge from the dragon lineage, from the Kunlun, from the eagle and the condor. So we're going to start off. This is one of my most sacred malas. Now, when my queen reached out to me in the east, she was in the west. Mama Bear, my Sacred Condor, my goddess, my queen's mother, she had been listening to my transmissions for several years and then introduced me through my channel to her daughter, who is my Sacred Condor. And my queen told me, when our paths intertwined in a most celestial, powerful, beautiful way, that when she heard my voice, she recognized me immediately, just like when I heard her voice and saw her. I was totally lit on fire, So this mala, this one of my sacred mala, the prayer beads, you can see the gold of the Buddha and the Christos and the wheel of Dharma. Dharma is truth in Hindi and Sanskrit. Dharma is the Buddha turned the wheel of Dharma to free humanity from karma, from the cycles of birth and death and the cycles of suffering. So when my Sacred Condor first reached out to me, she emailed me beautiful song that she sang with her daughter, who, 3.5 years later is one of my stepchildren, my stepdaughter, my angel. And when I heard her voice and saw her picture for the first time, I received a download from my highest self, which my queen and I, as I've said in the past, we come from 12D Venus. So this mala, once I connected with my queen, we're hundreds of miles apart. I was lit up. I was on fire with passion, with activations. I had to wear this mala 24/7. I couldn't take it off until our wings actually touched, and that was months. It was about 6, 7, 8 months for me to get my act together and to prepare for the journey, leaving my home of 47 years, in Cleveland, Ohio, to come out here to Washington. I took the greatest leap of faith, and it was worth everything that I went through. I closed my business down of 18 years in Fairview Park, suburb of Cleveland, and left my family, my brothers, my sisters, my mother, my nephews, my niece, hundreds of friends to come out here to be with my goddess and our 3 children. They're now my children, now in my care, We won't get into that, but so she sent me a song that she sung. I didn't know who she was, and most emails I can't even respond to. It's just the workload, as most of you know, I'm working 10 hours a day, 7 days a week. I had a business and was doing my channel back in Cleveland. Now I dedicate all my time to putting out the daily transmissions, the teachings on Patreon, and raising 3 crystal children in these crazy times, So when I was activated, my queen sent me a song that her and my daughter sang together, and it activated, it triggered me. So I sent her thank you very much, an email for sending me this beautiful thing. And then I dedicated a video to them. And then she sent me some pictures. And when I saw her, I couldn't believe my eyes. I was activated in the most powerful way when I saw that my queen was here, because as many of you know the story, it's, I've known my queen for eternity upon eternity, and I recognized her immediately, and over the years, I knew that she existed, but I knew she wasn't in this timeline. And there was a major event that happened in 2017 at the eclipse where our timelines came together. And some of you know the Gold Dragon master that I trained with first in 2011 in Portland, Oregon. My queen was several hours from me at that time, which I didn't even know she was in this realm. Because I remembered before we came here, I said, only manifest into this realm when the light has won. And this was 2020 when she reached out to me. And I realized that my queen was here. So I knew that we had won. In 2019, I was activating my rainbow body. My mission was done. My mission was complete. I trained all our people that needed our Divine 44. I trained many of our people in the dojos and temples, and then the meditation halls and online, and our lineage of the Kunlun, and in the Qigong, the Neigong. So once I realized my queen was here, I asked the Great Spirit, if we're in 5D, I knew, she would not have come if we weren't there, but all the chaos in the world, and we're still resolving all these things. I know we're not out of the woods yet, even though the light has won the final battles, we're still clearing up the mess, of thousands of years of trauma, suffering, pain, but we're very close to our full quantum leap. So we put out our messages, my queen and I, our voices here to soothe your soul, to calm your nervous system down, which we do the best we can. So when I saw her picture, it was like I got hit in the chest with a 2x4. And if you know me, I'm Earth, I'm Taurus, I'm Taurian. My queen is Aries of the fire. She lit me up. Now, in the Eastern philosophies, the Earth, Taurus, Earth, and Venusian energy. That's why I've always loved beauty and art since the day I came in. Since the moment I came into this realm, all I ever cared about was the truth and freedom. And my whole life, that is what I pursued until I realized the truth of our true nature, of Buddha mind, through training with many masters since I was 17 years old. I'm now 50 years in this realm. So I've trained and taught over 33 years now. So this is the gnosis I put through every daily transmission. The beginning, that's from my higher self, which is one with source. We call the still white magnetic light at the center of all things. So this, when my queen sent me the picture, it was, at that time I was a dragon sitting in his cave, totally still, untouchable. When my goddess triggered me, I transformed into the eagle, went from the most indestructible being to the most vulnerable. But that was part of the mission, and I accepted it with open heart, open mind, and open heart. It was a challenge, of course. I didn't want to be the eagle. I was safe in the cave, in the void, in the stillness. You see, I had to train for 20 years in Qigong to be initiated in Neigong, and several years in Neigong, and I trained in Shengong. Shen is of the spirit. But the Gold Dragon Master, Gold Dragon means returnable rainbow body. So when you activate the light body, you disappear from 3D, but a very small percentage of Rainbow Masters can return. And in our lineage of the Kunlun, it's called Gold Dragon Body, and the Gold Dragon Master, Qing Feng Dao Shi. He's also a Mongolian shaman of the Blue Wolf clan, a Kunlun master from Kunlun Mountains, which I'm going to explain. Of the East, the Kunlun is the center, it's the sine wave, it's the water path, the divine feminine. And we have the fire paths, like the Kundalini of the yogis, the yoga. So my queen, Aries, she's of the fire. So in the Eastern philosophy, fire is divine masculine, earth and water is divine feminine. So the earth, I had to embody that feminine energy. She had to embody of the earth and water. And also in the East, metal. Metal is the masculine and fire. So my queen, as you see the yin-yang symbol, the round symbol with the black and the white, you see within the black is a white circle, within the white is a black circle, because yin is within yang and yang is within yin, which we're going to explain in the East. See, the masters came from the East, the dragon masters. So real quick, I was in training with the dragon masters, and I had started training with the Zen masters in the temples and monasteries. When I turned 17, a Tai Chi master found me and brought me to the Zen masters, and I trained with over 5 Zen masters from 17 till about 21, and then I started training with the shamans and then the Taoist masters and the Hindu to bring all the philosophies together. Not to create a new religion or some kind of cult or anything. No, that's to bring all together. I'm a uniter. We are here for divine union, unity consciousness, not for duality and debating and all this nonsense, So we're here to resolve all things perfectly in the unborn eternal mind of Buddha. That is your true nature, your pure awareness. So when I saw picture of my queen, I knew we were on the new earth. I knew that this beauty coming through. And the song is the second song she sent me. This song I'll play at the end of this Lighthouse, and it was such a beautiful song that it brought tears to my eyes, and I'm not easily moved. I am a grand earth trine, so the most stable of all the trines, the earth anchored into Pachamama. My love is of Gaia, it always has been, of the goddess, I didn't care about other people's religions and this fundamentalism and, all this nonsense, this dogma. All I cared about was truth and freedom and beauty. Life is art. And, we all have our own path, so I'm not here to judge, what people believe and practice and whatever they do, it's none of my business. That's one of the most powerful mantras. We stay out of judgment and debating and duality by saying, I believe what I believe, you believe what you believe. It's all okay. We're all here on our own purpose, our own mission, but we're here together as a collective to raise the frequency, to raise the resonance from the mundane suffering to meet in the middle. You know, we walk the middle path of the Buddha, you know, the path with heart, the middle Dantian, you see. We have 3 Dantians, 3 main energy centers, and then 3, 6, 9. We have 9 flowing through the central channel, but we have the lower Dantian, Dantian translated elixir field, field of alchemy, you know, so the lower Qigong, middle Dantian, heart and mind, Neigong, upper Dantian, Shengong, so past, present, future, body, mind, spirit, you know, so the earth has these 3 energy centers. So in the east, which I've taught in the past, we have the 3 sacred mountains of Asia. You know, we have the Altai Mountains. This is of Mongolia. Now remember, at one time, I think the 13th, 14th century, 1200 to about 1400 was the Mongolian Empire, and that was all of Asia at one time. You know, through, you know, the Khans, the Genghis Khan, Kublai Khan, who was Genghis Khan's grandson, they occupied. It was the largest contiguous empire of the world. You know, very powerful empire, and a lot of these cultures come out of this Mongolia. Now, Mongolia is a small country in between Russia and China, you know, so, but the Altai Mountains is in the north. You know, that's the eagle, but the dragon in the east, in the south, the phoenix, in the east, the condor in the west. So we have the Altai and the Himalayan mountains in the south, forming the sphere of the yin yang, and in the middle, Kunlun mountain, we call the axis Mundi. In Taoism, we say, when Lao Tzu, the great sage that wrote the Tao Te Ching, when he ascended Kunlun mountain. So Kunlun, K-U-N-L-U-N, means paradise, the pure land, heaven, you know, whatever name we want to give to Shambhala, you know. So we have that sine wave. You see that sine wave in the middle. That's the middle Dantian. That's the pulse of the heart. And then within that is the 0 point still center. You know, that is God, source, creator, you know, the still center of all things. So in the west, see, this is mirrored, the east and the west. The masters came from the east after World War II, of the Buddhist lineages, of the Hindu lineages, of the Taoist lineages, to transmit. See, the east is the rising sun. It is the ascension. The west is the setting sun, the descension. So the gnosis, the knowledge of the east, had emerged with the west for us to fulfill this mission of planetary liberation. So in the west, mirrored, we have the Rockies in the north of the eagle, the Andes in the south of the condor. See, the phoenix transform into condor, dragon into eagle, but we still have the qualities of the phoenix and the dragon of the east. But to manifest this new earth, the eagle of the north, of the divine masculine, and the condor of the south, of the divine feminine. And what is in the middle, in the west, I discovered this the other day, the Sierra Madres through Mexico. There's a very sacred Madres, the mother, you know, the mother mountain, the feminine, and the Sierra is a mountain range. So it's the mother mountain range of the west, and it means jagged mountains, like Sierra, like serrated, you know, like a serrated edge, you know, a jagged edge. But it can mean many things, but the mountains, you see, the mountains are of the immortals. This is alchemy, divine alchemy. So we have the Rockies, the Andes, and the Sierra Madres in the middle, and these two come together, the east and the west. You know, so the north and the south can merge in divine union and Heros Gamos. And that is my sacred condor and I. Our mission is to hold and anchor this divine union. So you see, when my queen lit me up, it knew I was fired up. You know, I went to some shamans, the bear medicine woman. She couldn't get within 10 feet of me. I couldn't eat for a week. I couldn't wear shoes for a week. I was on fire. You know, it's that fire burning from within to burn off all, to purge all that was left of the old false matrix, of the old world, you know, of the old earth, so that we can embody, you know, in our sacred vessels, in our pure vessels of light, our light body, our Merkaba, you know, the vessels of light are activated through this, you know, divine feminine. So I was in the void space when my queen came to me. I was safe in the nothingness, the no thing, the moo, not a thing. So when I heard this voice, this most beautiful voice, that when I was a child, when I was young, you know, I was in love with, like many that were raised during the 70s and 80s, like I was in love with Olivia Newton-John, like Xanadu was like my dream, you know, the muse of Zeus, you know, Olivia played it, and her voice was beautiful. I always said that sounds like my sacred goddess, you know, my divine counterpart. Until I heard my counterpart's voice, I was not even close. My queen has the most beautiful voice in all eternity to me, and many of you hear it, you know. She's one of the greatest singer-songwriters. So when I saw like the most beautiful goddess in eternity with the most beautiful voice, I thought, how is she not rich and famous, you know? And then I remembered, yeah, the world wasn't ready for beauty yet. I thought, yeah, of course, we're still, you know, the 3D world wasn't ready for such beauty and grace, you know, so we have all these mundane things that get popular, you know, mediocrity. So when I saw this, I said, I must go to my queen, whatever it takes. I don't care. I would have swam across the ocean, you know. And I wasn't even looking, you know. The Great Spirit brought us together in this miraculous event, you know, the synchronicity, you know. So I went to the bear medicine woman because I'm part of the bear clan also, you know. I've worked with Crazy Horse on the other side since I was 12, when, you know, the fifth or more reptilian tried to kill me, take me out of this realm. Crazy Horse stepped in, and then from 12 on, I was untouchable, because if this body felt pain, Crazy Horse would take over, and I'd become Crazy Bear. You know, I was raised in great violence in Cleveland. You know, they sent in the dark to try to take me out since I was born. My mother and one of my brothers can tell you some crazy stories. But that's for another day. I got to keep this down. We're almost out of time here. So when I heard her voice, I knew that this was my goddess. And the song we're going to play at the end of this is one of the first songs she sent to me, that she activated me in the deepest, most powerful way, that it was unstoppable, my mission, and very clear. And of course the doubts came up. Can I do this? What's going to happen when I go out west? Am I going to fail? All these things, but I did it anyways. It was the greatest choice I ever made, because now I'm here with her and our 3 children, living a beautiful life and doing the best we can to uplift and inspire as many of our people to help manifest the new earth through this channel and through our Patreon. And, you know, everything we do through our website is to help inspire all of you to live your best life ever, and to come in divine union. Seek the union within, of course, to manifest the external union and be with your divine counterpart, you know. I know all these concepts are airy-fairy to some, but this is the most beautiful thing, when you can come together in family. You know, I'm the family, you know, my family's everything to me. My queen is everything to me. Everything I do is for them, you know. Everything we do is for our people, and everything my queen and I do together is for all of you, and we're very proud of all of you. I know these times are crazy, challenging. I could talk to anyone on the street. I should bring a camera with me when I leave the house. The conversations I have with just ordinary, average people is hilarious. I could go to anyone on the street. I talk to the teller at the bank. I talk to the, you know, the person checking me out at the cashier at the grocery store, and I just ask them how their life is, how they're doing on the new earth, and people's responses are hilarious. But everyone I could talk to, I don't care what walk of life. Took our son to the doctor the other day. The hilarious conversations I had with the doctor and the nurse and stuff. I just ask people, bring up, how we're in the twilight zone. Everyone you talk to will agree that we're in some weird times. It doesn't matter what they believe or their background. They say, anyone, the teller at the bank say, yeah, the matrix is very strange these days. And they roll their eyes. They're like, yeah, you can't make this stuff up, can't make and I say, hey, you can't make this shift up, man. And they laugh, because everyone knows, that this is not normal. This reality we live in is a simulated reality, and people are waking up to that fact. And all over the world, as all of you know, the Great Awakening has reached this culmination point that we're right on the verge of our great breakthrough. So here we are now, and we're all doing the best we can. And my sacred Condor and I send all of you our highest love, our highest blessings, our highest bliss. I'm going to wrap this up here in a minute. I have many more stories to tell all of you, but such limited time, But one day, when we're free from these slavery systems, I'll have more time to, teach and to bring you information, knowledge, and I do my best every day. I bring you what I can, and we're all doing the best we can in these crazy, challenging times. So we appreciate each and every one of you. We hope you enjoy my sacred condors, and one day she'll be able to go into a studio. Maybe one day we'll do a fundraiser so she can record her beautiful, she has many songs that she can bring to the world and uplift the spirits of humanity. But right now we're both very busy. I'm working 10 hours a day, 7 days a week. She's got her online business, homeschooling our kids. That's a full-time job in itself. So we're navigating all these things. But once we're free from all these slavery systems, we'll have more time to create art and beauty and all these things. And all of you will also. So we look forward to that day. And for now, we put out what we can. We have on Patreon our guided meditations, our monthly remote healing ceremonies. We do special transmissions, teachings, and all that. And now my sacred Condor is doing the weekly New Earth Ascension report and astrology reading for the week ahead. So that comes out every Sunday. So for $5 a month on Patreon, it's like $6.99 on YouTube memberships. We prefer Patreon because they keep less of a commission than YouTube memberships. But any way that you can help support us, we appreciate it very much until our divine dispensations come in. We still rely on all of you. Our views have been dropping also on YouTube. All our information's being suppressed on all social media, trying to slow down the ascension and great awakening. So with less views, our main channel, with 30,000 subscribers, all of our videos get maybe from 500 to 2,000 views, and our backup channel, Prime Disclosure, with about 8,000 subscribers, gets about 50 to 200. So that shows you, they're only showing a small percentage of our videos. So that with less views, less monetization. So we're relying more on donations and Patreon and YouTube membership so we can continue bringing these daily transmissions for free to the world. This takes me hours a day to accumulate the information, update the website, put out the newsletter, record, edit out, the spiel. So thank you all very much. We appreciate all your support. Some of you have been supporting us for years, and we know each and every one of you, and we send you so much love, bliss, blessings, and abundance will return to you 10,000-fold for all you have done for us and our mission. And this is the video of my sacred Condor. She's playing the guitar, singing, and her beautiful song Lighthouse, which I'll play in a couple minutes here. It's a cheap mic, $100 mic, so it doesn't do her voice justice. One day when we could get into the recording studio and have, plus, I'm not a a master sound engineer or something, so I do the best I can, but you'll get the message, you'll get the feeling, you'll get the emotion, you'll get the goddess, divine feminine Magdalene energy coming through her most beautiful voice. So have a most beautiful, blessed, sacred solstice portal gateway activation and our journey through the portal into the new heaven upon the new earth. We send you so much love, bliss, and blessings in the light. Namaste.
I'm just here to sing a song that causes a change of perception. It's easy to break the bond between spirit and possession. If what is needed seems greatly depleted, then what we have should be appreciated. I'm just here to sing a song that causes a pause in the chaos. To tell you that it doesn't matter if you think you're found, if you think you're